What is up, YouTube? Today we are back with another Guild War video. Today we are fighting against the guild Teleguild, and apparently some of my guildmates have said that they have some traps going on, like injury Senya and high effectiveness Senyas and weird turn orders. So I'm excited to actually scout a few towers here because maybe we see something that we haven't seen before or something that's kind of out of the norm. But if you guys do like this content, please drop a like and comment below to really help me with the algorithm. And without further ado, let's just jump straight into our first battle today. Alright, so for our first battle today, we are going to be attacking Conquer Lilius, Mercedes, and BBK. Now, I'm going to be going for Troublemaker Crozet on Bastion of Perlucia, just so that we are going to be able to provide the survivability for the Celine. And we will have the Roanna on Celestine for some supplemental healing. Now, I would have immunity on her, but since Celeste is going to strip anyway, I'm not going to put immunity on her. And then we're going to have Celine here on Secret Art Stormsword because we want to have the non-attack skill being pushed up for the team. And you want to have her on a lifesteal penetration build since she will do single target damage. But basically, you don't want to have Holy Sack here because you want to have the barrier for the Celine just in case maybe it's like, you know, a 260 Mercedes with like a 250 BBK and it could potentially one-shot. You want to make sure that you have the extra layer of survivability. For the second team, it's going to be Rand, Jacko, and Zio. Now, I haven't hit this type of team before this entire season since Jacko has been buffed, so I'm a bit curious how this is going to work. But nonetheless, we're going to be having Yulha just in case it is going to be some weird tuning and the Jacko actually goes before my team. Obviously, you want to have Holy Sack so that you have the chance of being revived, and on immunity, not necessary, but you know, this is what it is for my build. And I'm going to have Karina on Rocket Punch. Now, it is not maxed, but we do have it on counter set. So I'm hoping that it will be enough to one-shot these teams. And we're going to pay attention to the HP thresholds at the very beginning so we know who has the lowest HP so that we can target them. Then on our third unit, we're going to be having Elena. Now, you want to have this on the S3 Cleanse EE on Doctor's Bag so that when she does her non-attack skill, which you can see on S2, you are going to be able to cleanse a debuff off. And I do have her on a counter set at 250 ER, and I can't say this is my best ER gear, but I think she'll do the job. But this is going to be a different defense that I've never seen before, so I'm hoping that this will all go okay. But realistically, there's only one way to find out, so let's go ahead. So we see Bastion of Hope on BBK with Magic for Friends on the Mercedes. So this looks like it's just like a counter Mercedes with... Yeah, so this is a counter Mercedes with a ER BBK. Okay. So I guess these are just like PvE builds, or sorry, PvP builds, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. And I am expecting them to do a lot of damage, and I'm just gonna actually put my S3 up here. It's gonna dual attack anyways, so we might as well just leave it as it is. BBK now goes S3, and I'm gonna cut. Now, I was a little bit concerned because obviously her S3 can't be counterattacked, but I guess it's fine. In the blink of an eye. And this should straight up kill the BBK. Perfecto. And the Mercedes going is not a big deal because Meru's going to get countered by the Celine. And that's actually a lot of damage coming in from the Celine, actually. Like, my T-Crozet is almost dead, right? So now we are going to have Roanna S1 onto the Meru to try to get some healing. Counterattack's actually nice because we can heal up a bit, but it might kill us. Yeah, so it kills the T-Crozet because attack with Vigor is just too much damage, right? This is like a full damage Mercedes, it looks like. So I am going to go for an S1 on the Meru. I'm starting to think that maybe it would have been better to run Holy Sack on the T-Crozet, but I'm not sure. Because we should be able to cleanse enough here and kill her. But the issue is if I get cut... oh, this could have been very bad, eh? I just realized. Now, she's gonna S3 into S1 onto the Roanna. Hopefully you guys can't hear the... I'm gonna close my window, actually. I didn't expect for someone to be cutting grass, so my bad. Okay, so in this case, things are not looking too hot. If I bring back the T Crozet, it looks fine. I think I could probably go for a Soul Burn on the Meru here. And get the damage out, and then I can press S3. And then there's a percentage chance that she actually hits my Celine, and then I could just kill it here. But, let's see. Does it hit the... Okay, so we do counter, so we're now stabilized. Yeah, I think in hindsight, maybe doing Holy Sack on the T Crozet might have been better. Just so that he can come back for the life, but... I guess, you know, you can't really... Either was good, I guess. Because if I did go Holy Sack and I didn't have the Bastion of Perlucia, like what if I died to like a really fast Meru into BBK? So whatever, we lose T Crozet, but it is what it is. So now we are going to have Zio move here. Okay, so Zio goes onto the Elena, and it's Silver Rain onto the Zio? I'm so confused. And we're still chilling, which is good. 10k HP ran. So I'm just gonna proc S3. So we want to get the CR bar here. Now the question is, who do we want to go for here? Now, if I put an invincibility up, the Jacko is not gonna hit the Yulha. It won't hit anything. So I think I'm just gonna go for the Zio here. I'm gonna go for the Zio. I've never used Karina in offense ever, like absolutely ever. So hopefully it does. Oh, perfect. Okay, never mind. It's all good. So I guess we did do enough damage since we have the defense buff. And yeah, we're good. It's kind of weird that it was Silver Rain Ran. It was Silver Rain Ran, but Ran went second. That's a bit weird. Okay, I won't complain though. It worked out. So moving over into the second battle today then. Okay, so for the round 2, I'm a little bit more excited about this one because it's some units I don't really use that often, which is fun. So it's Amid, Zahhak, and APOC. So I'm going to be having Terranor Royal Guard on Guide to a Decision. And this effectively is going to give us about 30% more HP. So we're going to be around 43k HP. And basically, if you're wondering, the Zahhak going into the TRG, the reflect damage does apply before the invincibility sticks. I'm going to say it one more time. The damage from Zahhak is going to reflect before the invincibility from his S3 applies. Okay, so he's going to just explode, and we're going to see that. Doris is going to be on Water's Origin on a standard build. Immunity is not necessary in this fight, but we have it. It's going to be tanking the APOC. And we have the Alencia on her own artifact, as you guys have seen before. 300 crit damage, pen set, everything, yada yada yada, with the trample EE. Now for round 2, it's Benny, Maru, Alencia, Roanna. A bit of a weird team. You know, this is very strange, but anyways. We have Yulha on Holy Sacrifice on immunity with 100 ER. The ER is not really necessary, to be completely honest with you, but we just have it. And we are going to have Destina on Guardian Ice Crystals on a tankier build, my RTA build, since we don't really need the ER here. And we have Ilanav here on a speed build, but we're going to apply max injury on the CR pushing EE. And yes, I know it's not, you know, 12%. Don't flame me in the comments, all right? But anyways, we're basically just going to apply injury, dump a Yulha S3 after the Benimaru does his stuff, and that's pretty much it. So let's hopefully make it work. Let's go. Alright, here we go. Amid, 11.4k HP on Fan of Light and Dark. And does it push APOC or... So it pushes APOC, which is kind of pointless, but this is going to go into the Zahhak here. And we're going to see him just basically explode, hopefully. Yep, there you go. And that is why Terranor Royal Guard is so good into Earth unit single target DPS. So here we're going to take the CR bar, and we're going to be using Alencia as a reference since Doris got pushed from Water's Origin, so the speed is not going to be accurate based on her CR bar here. So yeah, we're just going to press S2. And we are going to press S3 or S1. We could probably just S1 here. we don't need the S3 since we already have defense buff, and we just want to remove the skill null ASAP, get the damage in. And this fight is pretty much over, right? If the Alencia is able to get activated here, and we're just going to S1 the APOC. Doesn't really matter that we got the provoke on. It's actually good, I guess, in some way because they can reflect some of the damage back. Now, I think on the following turn for Alencia, I am going to maybe S3, or I'm just going to push the Alencia down here so that I can just S1 and finish off the APOC. Now, APOC is dead, and basically, it's over. And that's kind of why Zahhak is not very good on defense, or just any Earth single target DPS like Zahhak, Valen, who else is there? Maybe like vikchun, yeah, maybe even the Green Sid. Yeah, just those units are not very good on defense. But oh well. So for the second one, we're 219 Destina. So we got the CR bar is a bit interesting, I'd say, maybe. But whatever. We're just gonna hit the Alencia here. I doubt that she's on the counter sets. Benimaru is gonna do his thing, and he gets the CR push, and this is gonna go on to the Yulha. So the Yulha is gonna be able to dump S3 almost immediately, and we should see that reflected here. But I am just gonna dump the S3 on the Illinev first. I mean, how often do you get to see Illinev in Guild War, eh? I mean, at least for me, not very often. And now I could dump the S3 on the Benimaru here, or I can leave it. And I'm probably just gonna dump it. I mean, why not, right? And we completely kill off the Benimaru, and that's totally fine. Now, the only downside to doing that early on is that the aggro is going to be switched from Yulha over to the Destina. But, I mean, that's kind of why you want to have some effect resistance so that you can't get that broken by the Alencia. And either way, I mean, we also have injury we're also going to be applying injury onto the Alencia as well with our Illinev, so it's all good, really. Now, I am going to just push my Illinev so that I can get more damage in. And, okay, do more damage. And then Yulha maybe provokes. No provoke, unfortunately. And dual attack here. That's fine. Anti-Magic Mask is a very interesting artifact. Let me know in the comments below. Do you guys like the artifact? Like the Rimuru artifact? I personally think the Rimuru artifact is horrible. I think maybe you need to limit the buffs to either being like just completely offensive. But, you know, I don't know. Just my opinion. And almost dead here. Bada bing, bada boom. Dead. Perfect. Now we basically just get our Illinev going here. And we want to dump the S3. We can soul burn S2 afterwards. I love how in the introduction I'm like, oh, these guys have some trap defenses and whatnot, but then here we're seeing Rowana on defense, so it's a bit awkward. But, you know, whatever, I won't complain. We get to use Illinev, so over into the third battle of today. Alright, so for the last battle of today, we're going to be attacking Everfrost, and it's going to be Power Captain Flan, Winter, and Senya. So what I'm going to go for is I'm going to have Yulha to tank the Winter aggro, and we will have Aureus and Immunity so that we cannot get stunned on the opening turn. And we are going to have Mediator Kowarik on Warhorn at 220 speed with as much bulk as possible. And we're going to have Charlotte also on Immunity with just as much damage, and we made her a little bit faster at 190 speed, and of course you always want to run the CR pushing EE for her. But basically the idea is Charlotte can hit everything here, and we have immunity to avoid getting burned and having this provoke lock us. Now we are going to want to dump the Yulha S3 into the P-Flan as soon as possible because we want to get rid of her ASAP. But basically Winter's going to do 5k and then another 10k on Yulha right away pretty much, since we are going to proc the immunity, which means we can pretty much kill her since this ignores damage share, right? So all should be good there. For the bottom, it's Amid, Edward, and Remnant Violet. So I am going to be going for Crow to hold Aureus. Now, don't clown me in the comments for this. I just picked whatever. But anyways, we have the Crow there for mitigation. We have Destina here for Guardian Ice Crystals and more mitigation. Celine's going to be on Symbol of Unity so that we can have higher chances of hitting the Rylet. Basically, just hit the Rylet, and then how do we really lose, right? But nonetheless, hopefully everything goes well. But only one way to find out, so let's go ahead. Alright, so it looks like the Pirate Captain Flan is going to be moving first. And that's fine. Winter's going to press her S3, 14.9k HP. And 5k. Doesn't really do much either here. And immunity is very important if you're going to be running this type of team, since your first turn is just crucial. Gonna S1 here. We hit everything. It does counter us, but we don't really care. We have mitigation. And our hand guy is going to go for an S3 here. And as I mentioned, the Winter's going to be able to proc her S3 again. But this will proc our Yulha to go into S2, so that's totally fine. And we still have immunity. And we should be okay. Oh, alright. Well, I guess we're just going to dump it onto the Pirate Captain Flan. And I wish I took CR, but maybe I could use this instead. We're going to dump the S3 onto the Pirate Captain Flan because we don't want her to steal the buffs from us here. And that's dead. We still have immunity, which is perfection. We S2, maybe we strip. Okay, we did strip. Okay. Alright, well, I mean, I guess there wasn't really anything to worry about in this attack. Pirate Captain Flan, again, is one of those units that I think are not particularly that strong on defense, unfortunately. But maybe their time in the sun will come one day, but just not today. We S1 here, and she's dead. And now looking at our second team, we are going to have Unfading Memories, Double Edge Crescent, and I think it was Draco play on Edward, I think. But Aimit is 13.9k HP and pushes the Ed. Rylet's going to go into my Celine. So it is a fast Rylet. Or maybe not fast, maybe it's like around 190 and then they get a 25% CR push from the Aimit, so maybe it's not too fast. And we're still chilling, and it is a speed Edward, not a injury one. So we take the CR bar here since we didn't take it for the previous one. I am probably just going to want to remove the skill nullifier off of from the Celine. Or sorry, I mean the Rylet. Just so that my first counter attack from the Celine is actually going to do damage. And I am going to go on the... maybe we'll push the Ed back here. I'm expecting the Aimit to actually have ER. So I'm going to push the Edward back to have some value. Maybe also one of these turns, the Aimit will actually crit on the Celine potentially. That would be nice. And I'm just going to actually S1 the Aimit here. Because I want to use the Celine S1 onto the Aimit and try to work her down ASAP so she doesn't just give perma pushing to the team. And we still have Destina S2 to push our Celine to do damage onto the Aimit. We still don't hit the Rylet, which is well, maybe a little bit concerning. But the mitigation is, you know, keeping us in a pretty good spot, so we're fine. And we still get Guardian Ice Crystals, which is perfect. Now, we're missing 7k HP, so I'm going to actually dump this into the Rylet, and I think I should kill through Miss, since he doesn't have too much HP. And yep, there he is, he's dead. Now, the Aimid should not cut my Celine since we're at 99%, so I'm just going to S1 onto the Edward. And then Celine is going to be able to Soul Burn S1 into the Aimit to get an extra turn. And since I don't really need to have Immortality up, I'm just going to S1 into the Edward here. Now, the only downside to this is that if Crow S1s and counters, it might be a little bit annoying, but since he's not on injury, so it doesn't really matter too much. I guess having the S3 EE would have been better on Crow here, not the S1 for the extra 25% provoke chance. But hey, I just don't have enough Hall of Trials currency, so I'm just gonna leave it as it is. So, you know, sue me for being poor. And we're still chilling. I guess Celine's just gonna slowly work him down since I think he is on lifesteal set, but he's not gonna be able to lifesteal enough to negate the damage coming in from the Celine. And we can get our defense buff up back and push him back a little bit here. Should do decent damage, 2.7k, and Celine should be able to finish this off. And perfect. Alright, nice and clean attacks for today. Fortunately, there weren't too many traps, but maybe the next war, maybe. Alrighty guys, so that is going to do it for today's YouTube video for the Guild War battle against Teleguild. And do you guys like my profile card that I've designed? It took me maybe like an hour and a bit, and I'm not the most creative person, but I think I did a pretty good job on this one. But if you guys haven't watched this video, it's the UH30 guide that I have. It's one of my most popular videos, so if you do want to watch it, I will include it in the description below if you haven't seen it already. But nonetheless, thank you so much for your guys' support. I can't believe we're already almost at like 2,000 subscribers. Like, this is just like crazy that so many of you guys like really fuck with me. So I really appreciate that, and I really love all of you guys. And like I don't know. I'm really appreciative of the fact that you guys are supporting the channel, and just thank you. You know, really thank you. And you know, I'm gonna keep trying to put up as much good content as possible. Obviously, you know, with your guys' feedback, the audio's been better, the in-game audio's been better, the content, the videos have been good. So I really appreciate each and every single one of you, like whether you comment or not. So thank you very much from the bottom of my heart. But yeah, I guess we'll call it for this video, and I'll see you guys on stream. So when this video goes live, I will be streaming on Twitch. We'll be doing some crafting, so if you guys want to see me there, then feel free. But if not, you know, have a great rest of your day, guys. Thank you so much for supporting, and I love you guys. Bye.